So a
Quiet, please. Thank you.
mini surge by Gabriela Sabatini. She was down 4-0, came back to 3-4, had a chance to catch up with 5 points for 4-all. Ooh, that's a liner. But did not. And Martina Navratilova, who had a very solid first set, Chris, listen to this ratio, 16 winners, 4 unforced errors. You don't beat people who are playing tennis like that. There's that chipped.
15-all.
No, she's playing much more consistently than in previous years. Just playing percentage tennis.
Voice of the umpire belongs to Fran McDowell, an American.
(30-15).
This first game is very crucial. It's very easy to have a letdown after winning a first set comfortably.
(30-all).
There were a few times when you lost the first set to Martina, Chrissy, and many times when you reversed that. But what did you tell yourself at the start of the second set after you'd lost the first?
Well, I try to figure out why I lost the first set, and usually it was because I wasn't playing aggressive enough, you know, off the return serve and off the passing shots. And if I did get a short ball and come in, I tried to come in more off her backhand side.
(40-30).
So Gabriela Sabatini. Trying to get herself upright in this match. Lost the first 4 games of the match.
First serve.
She has not been an outstanding Wimbledon player. One prior semifinal. Lost it to this woman, Navratilova, 4 years ago.
Deuce.
But I will say this, Chrissy. Maybe she doesn't like grass. Maybe a lot of the women don't like grass, but they all show up at Wimbledon, unlike the scaredy cat men who don't like grass.
They support this tournament. They know that to be considered a great player, you have to play and win on all surfaces. And Gabby, for not being a natural grass court player, is in the semifinals at Wimbledon.
Ooh.
Advantage, Ms. Navratilova.
3. Deefs.
And you don't really want to get behind too far against Martina. She's a great front runner. Once she's in the lead, she just keeps going and plays better. Such a confidence player.
Very good deep volley off a difficult return. Sabatini has had much the tougher time here. Martina hasn't come close to losing a set. Sabatini lost one to Zvereva, the Russian, in the quarters and nearly lost the match, was within 4 points. Oh, net cord, another break point.
Well, Gabby, as I said before, has been struggling not only this tournament, but the whole year. Here she is trying to get into the net, but again, Martina's forehand is just too lethal.
Deuce.
I think the last few years, Bud, everyone's been looking for a rivalry between Steffi and Gabby and thinking that would be the rivalry of the future. But it hasn't panned out that way exactly with Monica and Jennifer and Arancha, now Zina.
No, 2 years ago, they played the U.S. Open final. Graf and Sabatini, they played the Olympic final. They were at each other's throats. But somehow, the kiddies have come up quicker than we thought possible.
Advantage, Miss Sabatini.
Well, she needs some more of these shots. She really punched that backhand volley. Look at that angle. Maybe the new coach, Carlos Kiermaier, will be the answer to her frustrations.
Game, Miss Sabatini.
So, Gabriela Sabatini resists 2 break points and has the first game of the second.
Since the Ice Age, man has enjoyed the pleasures of Perrier. Here at the very source, Gauls gallivanted.
Martina Navratilova leading in the match. 6-3, love 1. And her opponent holding serve twice in the match. She's doing well because the opponents have held serve only 16 times in the tournament.
15 love.
Semifinal, Wimbledon, the big W. Chris Evert and Bud Collins in the booth with you. Couple of familiar faces. Sabatini receiving. Navratilova, who wants to be in there for a 9th title. Zina Garrison barring the way.
30 love.
But she hasn't beat Sabatini yet. Sabatini's won only 1 tournament this year, but it caused quite a stir because she beat Jennifer Capriati. Final of Boca Raton. Jennifer, only 13, the youngest pro finalist ever. Martina's won 5 titles this year.
40 love.
Martina's had a very good year. She's won on all surfaces. She's won tournaments indoors. She's won on slow clay. She's won on hard courts. She's won on grass already, Eastbourne.
Nobody else can say that.
No.
Complete woman.
Game, Miss Navratilova.
1 game all.
1 game all.
Navratilova has won a career total of 151 titles. The record held, I do have to refer to you often in this telecast, don't I? The record,
yes, you do.
157. Is she going to overtake you?
I hope not. I want a couple records left.
Love 15.
Well, I wouldn't place a very large bet against it. Ooh.
Beautiful.
Out roller.
She's had so much fun working on the shot this year. I know I've been practicing with her a little bit in Aspen, and she just would have me stand in the corner, and she'd hit top spins all day.
Love 30.
Love 40.
4 double faults for the Argentine. And it squeezes her into that terrible corner. Triple breaker. Ooh, saves one.
Martina in a playful mood out there.
15-40. $30-40. Deuce.
Well, good strategy from Gabriella, serving to Martina's backhand. She's made great strides in that topspin backhand, but it's still not a 100% comfortable natural shot for her. Under pressure, that's the time to serve to her backhand.
Advantage to Sabatini.
And it's worked 3 consecutive points. And Gabriella Sabatini, resisting 5 break points of the set, leads 2-1. Navratilova, leader in the match, 6-3, 1-2. Winner of 97 singles matches at Wimbledon. That's the record. Chris Evert had 96. Billie Jean King had 95. Jimmy Connors had 83.
Love 15.
And Martina has her first double fault. Won the first 4 games in 13 minutes, but it's been a slog since.
15 all.
Thirty-nine
Martina.
minutes to win 3 more games.
Martina's had an easy time this week with her matches. She hasn't lost a set, but she's made up for it in the doubles. She's had a couple 3-set doubles matches.
(30-15).
Lost last night in the doubles. She played with Gigi Fernandez, and they lost to Kathy Jordan and Liz Smiley.
That hurts Martina because she likes doubles. She prizes her other quest for a record, Billie Jean King's record of 20 Wimbledon titles in singles, doubles, and mixed. And she'd like to grab a couple of
Sure.
doubles. She has 16 total.
She's also a real team player. Very supportive when you play doubles with her.
Oh!
40-15.
Good movement by both players using the whole court. Martina the faster one.
Fine.
40-30.
Rare point. Martina staying back.
Yeah, you never see her on the defensive, do you?
Net cord, and
Game,
she likes it.
Navratilova.
2 games all.
2 games all.
Chris, this court, to the viewer, is starting to look moth-eaten. But is it still playing truly?
Well, I see a couple of bad bounces, especially against Martina. I saw a couple of her returns to serve. She didn't time well, and I don't think that was Martina as much as the court. The brown patches along the baseline.
15 love.
That was a mistimed ball, however. That was not a bad bounce. I blame it on the men. I think they chew.
Was a real baseline grinder. The wicket.
There it is.
15 all.
Very showy, but not too effective.
She is famous for this shot. Martina lobs the ball over her head. I don't know how she hits it, but she'll make it 80% of the time, right between the legs.
Not recommended for the guys. Although Yannick Noah does it very well.
30-15.
The deadly forehand. She is, look at her arm. She's so strong. She can really snap her wrist, go either way.
30 all.
Good play by Gabby. Once again, getting a good hard serve in there and just setting it up for a volley winner.
Deuce.
Martina is good and Martina is lucky.
Advantage, Miss Sabatini.
For Sabatini.
Sabatini leads 3-2.
3 to game point, Chris.
Well, here Martinez, look how she's sprinting that ball, all those sprints that she's worked on, and then she's running off the court into the stands. She can't stop.
It's tough on that side with the umpire's chair there. Remember Roy Emerson, 1966, crashing into the umpire's chair and spoiling his chances to win a third successive Wimbledon. He was the heavy favorite. Here's Mighty Martina.
Second serve.
Or Marvelous Martina. She was sort of the marvelous Marvin of women's tennis. Left-hander, slugger, just like Hagler.
She was a menace to me, though.
You had your days. You had your days.
I had my surfaces.
I was in Paris in 85 and 86 when you came back from behind both times to the title. Oh!
Well, here's a look at Gabby. Her backhand is her favorite shot, and she's hitting the ball right on the rise. Look at that. Moving into the ball, picking a spot down the line, going for it.
Gabby has seemed to gain more zest for this match as it's gone on. It looked as though they should call the hearse after the first 13 minutes. She was down 4-love, had a point to go down 5-love.
Mm. 40-15.
The weather changing again. Overcast, threatening clouds above us.
Two.
40-30.
She lost her concentration.
momentarily.
Top spinner winner.
Gabby has that touch. There are two different kinds of lobs, a defensive lob and an aggressive lob, and this is an aggressive lob. Look at that top spin.
Deuce.
Advantage, Miss Navratilova.
Look at that, was a bad bounce. That might be one reason why earlier on Steffi Graf also was just trying to chip and come in on every ball. If you're getting bad bounces, it doesn't seem fair.
First serve.
First chance for the net judge, Margaret Fortescue, Waring. Ace.
Game, Miss
And that's
Navratilova.
3 games all for
3
Martina.
games all.
What a thrill she had to return to Czechoslovakia as a person. She'd been a non-person during the Federation Cup representing the United States in '86. You were there, Chrissy. They had to let her in. Now it was joyous. She met the president, Havel, spoke in St. Wenceslas Square to a crowd of over 100,000 alongside the president. What a thrilling moment that was. Long.
And you were with her.
Oh, it was just great to be in that crowd where the revolution began in St. Wenceslas Square and where the tanks had rumbled in 1968, the terrible moments in Czech history, and to be there and see Martina and see that president, wow.
15 all.
And the people there love her. You know?
Oh,
we
they
went
do.
back when we played Federation Cup. They didn't root for Hanna Menlikova. They rooted for Martina, and she was playing for America. It was really wonderful.
Bit of a Maradona kick there.
Yeah.
Lines. Martina has held 5 break points in this set. And
Here you see Martina. Again, a good disguise on that shot. Looking to see where it lands. She knows it was good.
15-30. She has not connected on any of the 5 break points.
Well, Gabby committed herself. She committed herself. You see here, she's up at the net. She guesses one way, and it was the right guess.
30 all. Woo! It's one, however. And here's a 6th break point of the set. Carlos Kiermaier, coach, the new coach of Gabriela Sabatini. Oh,
Game, Miss
she
Navratilova.
misjudged that return, and Martina has a winning lead at 6-3, 4-3.
Miss Navratilova leads 4 games to 3. Second
Martina,
set
very
by
pleased
1
with
set all.
herself. She's pumped up.
At 6.
Well, what makest thou of the stats, Chrissy?
Well, first serve percentage, very, very even. Look at Martina's winners, though. 28 winners, unforced errors. She's just playing solid and consistent. Considering it's windy, those are excellent statistics.
She's 2 games from the final. She has a service break lead here. Long.
15 15 love.
Dick Dell, who was Sabatini's agent, said the coaching change was made without acrimony, that Angel Jimenez felt it was probably time, too, that he and Gabby were getting stale together. They made tremendous progress in the first couple of years.
Oh, look at that volley. Reminds me of Billie Jean King.
I bet you've seen that in your nightmares.
Yes, I have. And Martina, for some reason now, is moving quicker, getting into the net earlier. And look at that angle volley.
40 love.
It's slipping away from Gabby. She was in the match at one point, and the momentum has slipped away from her.
Whoa.
Game is
But a heavy slice for 5-3.
Well, Gabby's just frustrated. She's just trying to come in on everything now.
Lead 5 games to 3.
Craig Carden, we saw, the coach. Judy Nelson.
Judy's son, Bales.
Nelson. Papa Sabatini looking less exuberant than when we first saw him. Match game against the Argentine.
15 love.
Billie Jean King says of Sabatini, she doesn't have an efficient game. She works too hard at it, expends too much energy. I would agree.
Yes, I agree. Especially on a grass court, she has to change her game a little bit, shorten her strokes.
Well, certainly, she's young enough. Gabby has hit some beautiful low backhand volleys.
30 love.
Here you see Gabby serving a volley. This return is at her shoestring. It's so low. She has good wrist action. Puts that one away for a winner.
She can do it. 30 love.
Well, her size and the large head of rackets, I think that helps her a lot, too. And she's also a big girl. She has good reach.
Closed well.
Mm. 40-15.
5.
Martina putting the pressure on Gabby's second serve. It makes Gabby want to go for a bigger second serve, so therefore more double faults.
So Sabatini does hold, and when we come back, Martina will serve for a spot in the final. And maybe 11 will be a lucky again, as at the dice table. He's not there yet, but it appears reasonably certain.
Serving for the match. Martina, what a sight across that net to see her serving and coming at you all the time.
You ever seen that?
A few times. It's frightening.
I bet it is. Well, anticipation of victory. Carden, Nelson. Not yet.
Gabby's hanging in there.
30-15.
Good return of serve. It was a high floater, but it was placed well, and it set her up. She had the whole court.
30-15.
First serve.
They'll be happy to get this in. Rain could descend at any moment. Whoa! Gabby says, let's play some more. The coach has not given up.
Yeah, she wants to stay out there a little bit longer. Look at this shot. Again, that top spin. She just flicks it cross court.
She has such wonderful racket work. A match point.
Both players taking their time.
Well, Carlos Kiermaier probably thinking, got some work to do. I think I can see what it should be.
Back to the drawing board.
What a way to end it into her 11th Wimbledon final is Martina Navratilova. 6-3, 6-4 in 75 minutes. Next up for her, Zing and Z, Zina Garrison in an All-American final.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of security, we remind spectators to please take all
And here's match point. Martina, look at that volley. She puts her whole body into it. She's so happy. She reached the final. What a relief for her.
Turn ticket box. This will allow someone else to be admitted to the queues outside the grounds. Thank you very much.
Serve and volley. What an aggressive player.
She must have won.
Judy, the clenched fist.
Straight sets. Martina Navratilova over Gabriela Sabatini, her 13th win in 16 tries against Gabby. More importantly, another Wimbledon final. They never get boring.
So, as expected, Martina Navratilova advances to the final, putting Gabriela Sabatini away 6-3, 6-4. This is the 11th time Martina has made it to a Wimbledon final. The first 8 times she got that far, she always emerged with the championship. The last 2 years, she's been defeated in the final, each time by Steffi Graf. Now, coming into Wimbledon this year, Martina certainly was pointing toward a confrontation with Graf for the championship. In fact, most of us were thinking the same thing when Graf stepped onto the court today against the 5th seed, Zina Garrison, in the earlier semifinal. But then again, we had underestimated Ms. Garrison, who had upset the 3rd seed, Monica Seles, who came in with a 36-match winning streak. That was on Tuesday. And as it turned out, she was equal to the task of a second upset, this one even bigger. When we come back, we'll show you the conclusion of the Garrison-Graf match after these messages.